It is 12:34. I will just do this just for the sake of getting everything going right now. Call to order at 12:34, the Memorial Day Committee. And why don't we start introducing ourselves? Gary, would you like to go first?
Gary Kangas.
Nancy Rogan.
Stevie LaBelle. Taylor Wilkinson.
And Katie Young. All right.
May I ask who's missing?
No one. There's only
This is
5
it.
member. This is it. This
Okay.
is, according to our charter, it's a 5-member committee. There are actual things in the charter that say we're supposed to have somebody from certain clubs and things, but they no longer exist, those clubs and entities. We do have somebody representing Scouts, which is great. I also represent Scouts. I do girls, she does boys, so we have that checked off. There's supposed to be 2 from the public, and I think there's like 1 from the auxiliary club of some sort. I can't even remember what it was. I was reading the bylaws, but like it didn't exist anymore. So it's like, good enough. But we do have somebody from the Lions, so that's a plus as well.
Historical
Senior
Commission.
Center.
Yeah, historical commission. So, and then we have also fire department, which is super helpful because you know fire and police need to be involved in this kind of stuff as
And
well.
I work closely with those guys too, so
Yes,
whatever we need, I can run
get
them.
through. So that's a plus. So you want to come in? Do you want to sit with us? Seeing that there's only, I know you're not part of the committee, but if you want to sit over there, you can. Technically, you're supposed to, but I think,
I'll just sit over here. 'Cause
Okay.
I got work to do.
yeah, well, we're just making it up as we go. All right, so we introduced ourselves. All right, so the next one would be, who would like to be chair? And I am not picking any of them because I'm overwhelmed with everything else in life.
That's fair.
Not me.
There's chair and secretary that we really need. The vice chair is just if the chair can't make it, somebody needs to run it, and somebody can handle that if no one wants to pony up to do that. I don't mind being vice chair. I don't want to be chair, and I don't want to be I definitely don't want to be secretary because I just can't do minutes and have that kind of time to sit still.
I'll be honest, I'm terrible at minutes, so.
Well, so to be honest, there's a template that they have over there just to take basic minutes to get through it, and all we need basically is motions. You don't have to put word for word kind of stuff. We need that, like, we opened the meeting at 12:34, we all introduced ourselves, all were in attendance. You know, there was a motion made by, seconded by, all accepted, or one abstained, whatever, and just kind of go through that way. They can be very basic. They do not have to be word for word. They should not be word for word. That is too time consuming. And hopefully if we can have them videoed, they can always be referenced later on YouTube to be able to fill in the blanks just in case we missed something.
That's helpful.
That all being said, who would like to do minutes?
As I say, I don't care. I have time, so I can
Okay.
do whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
All right,
I'm out until at least middle of May, so it kind of works for a time frame
for
this
this,
stuff.
yeah, for this year especially.
So whatever
somebody-
somebody doesn't want to do, I don't care.
Rather be chair and
What is that?
chair.
What does that
in-
involve?
I want to make sure I get answers to
Oh,
what
no,
this
that's
requires
fine.
before
No,
I say
that is
yes to
absolutely
anything.
acceptable. Chair is you'd run the meetings, you'd go through the agenda, kind of like what you do with the Boy Scouts, like how you run the meeting and stuff. That's basically what you're doing. You're making sure the agenda gets posted 48 hours in advance, which you give it to Mel. It needs to have a format, kind of like what is here. And then, so if anyone has something that we need to put on the agenda, they have to give it to you. You have to get it on there, get it to Mel 48 hours in advance so it can be posted. We have to all agree upon times that we can all make it because we need at least 3 of us here to have a quorum.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else. Daytime works really well for me because my nights seem to be all clogged up with other boards and committees. But again, that's just me personally. But yeah, the chair takes care of the minutes, takes care of the agenda, making sure it's posted, runs the actual meeting. We're not,
Okay.
the rest of everything else, we all need to take pieces and parts to get the parade together, but you're just running the meeting. Kind of like what I'm doing right this second that I really don't want to do.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay, so you're willing to be chair and you're willing to do minutes?
Yeah.
Do you want a piece of paper to scratch some basic stuff down?
I was gonna say either that or I can do it.
Okay, you do it
too.
phone? Okay.
That's fine.
All right, So we started at 12:34.
Right now.
Yeah. And again, she's recording, so you can go back and reference
Okay.
on YouTube in a day or so. It usually takes a day or so for it to be, yeah, she's nodding her head.
Start a new notebook here.
The lady behind the scenes.
So with that being said, do you need to all have access to these minutes and stuff? Or is
That, once they're typed up,
Yeah.
they need to come back to us so we can read them in advance and approve them at the following meeting.
Okay.
Then they go to Mel and
Oh,
they
okay.
can be put in
I was gonna say, cause I
on
can
the
make a
website.
Google folder to share if that's easier or.
Probably not with
Okay,
this crew. Would you, are
Sorry.
you into Google folders? Nope, okay.
Don't worry about me.
Got it.
Okay. I would go with an email to send them in advance and then
Okay.
bring one printed copy at least so everyone could, or two maybe for, I don't know how well you do email pretty well, so don't you. You
I
guys
do
both
email, I just
well.
don't, I'm not very good at the
Okay,
computer.
that's fine. I'll just, that works.
The agenda, should I send that out to everybody to approve before I send that to?
You
be
don't have,
posted?
no, it's your discretion, but you send it to us like, hey, here's the agenda it's getting posted. Our meeting is next whatever day at this time, but it has to be 48 hours in
48
advance.
hours, yeah.
Yeah, so if it's Monday, it needs to be posted by Thursday because that's the last day
Business
she's
days.
here, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so chair, what's my title?
Secretary.
Secretary, okay. All right.
All right. So I'm going to throw it on over
Yep.
to you now because you are officially chair and I can shut my dirty mouth. Thank you very much. Nancy's like, yes, please make her shut up.
All right.
No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not saying a
Next
thing.
item is binder of Memorial Day Committee passed along by past board members.
That looks
Is
like-
that it?
So Memorial Day Committee.
There you go.
Sue had said, let me pull this up, that on top of the binder, the senior center has stuff left over from past Memorial Day events.
Okay. What kind
Um,
of stuff?
I don't know. I'm gonna
They
clarify
had
that.
hats that,
Okay, like the sellable giveaway things?
yeah, they gave me a hat a couple of years there that says USA on it and
Okay.
American Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that they did shirts last
Yeah,
year
and
and
stuff
stuff
like that.
like that.
And little flags they pass out.
Okay.
So I will connect with her about getting that stuff.
And they have the ice cream social after.
That we'd have to get with the senior center because they usually do that along with sometimes the Lions. They
We did it at the
the big one.
big one, but we
Okay.
haven't done it since.
Okay.
They had it last year.
Well, that was not the. They usually do the cart with the hot dogs and the
I
coffee
don't
and that
think we
kind of
did.
stuff.
I don't remember because I was doing other things. I wasn't doing Lions things.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
doing
sure.
this thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I can't. It all blurs
I think it's a
together.
case of if you feel it's something that you want, you ask them to do it.
Mhm.
And
I
if they're
have- I have
willing.
lots of ideas, so when we're ready to go with ideas, let's go.
Oh, good.
Good. Good.
Next we had upcoming events, Memorial Day discussion, so.
That would be where the ideas come in.
Perfect,
I'm
yep.
assuming.
So my thoughts, so obviously I think we've all been in town for a long time. I think that we should talk to the Lions Club and get them to do hot dogs or whatever, if they're willing to, get something else up there. I feel like food draws people in. Food is gonna make more people wanna come, wanna stay, wanna be there for everything to go after. The ice cream social has gotten bigger the last couple of years. I remember I had gone before I had my daughter, which would have been almost 4 years ago, and there was a couple people in and out for the ice cream social. Last year it was packed. You couldn't find a spot to sit. It was great, which means that people stayed for the entire ceremony up on the common and then went afterwards. So I think maybe to add more to it, hot dogs, or maybe if somebody wants to do hamburgers or whatever we can, work with somebody to get, I think would be huge. I think even if we, have obviously not everything donated, but I think people would pay for that kind of stuff too. I think that if they're gonna come and hang out and go and sit on the common and have a hot dog with their family, I think that that's something that people are willing to pay for as well. So I think that that was one of the huge things that I wanted to bring up.
Definitely agree, food tends to bring people in.
Yeah.
Last year the year we had the ROTC cadets from Quabbin?
Yes.
Trying to think.
Yes, because we had a
So
lot.
that's
them
one
go
of the
down.
bigger years anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Are you talking about band or ROTC? Because the band is once every,
4 years.
4 years. Because one of the towns doesn't do anything, if I remember correctly. But ROTC is different, and you can also reach out to the ROTC, and I bet you it's in that binder.
Yeah.
The ROTC kids from Monty Tech as well,
Yeah.
because there's 2 different outfits. And they may, I don't know if the kids from Monty Tech get asked to go anywhere other than us because they've been with us, I think, the last few years, if I remember correctly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know we had a bunch of them drop like flies last year. And I don't remember if it was Monty Tech or if it was Quabbin.
Yeah, I get my concern and I can't even remember. 'Cause we
They
rotate.
all like blur together, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The biggest thing is we need to start lining up speakers and have somebody like run the whole thing. Last year it was Mike who stood up and did the, introduction and stuff. We need to deal with that band if they're still available. Sue forwarded both myself and Stevie long before the information for the band, like, hey, don't let this slip away. But without a committee, we couldn't vote on it. There's not enough money in the funds for this. So either we'd have to use special events money, hence the reason why I'm sitting here, either that or Ask the Lions, which I'm not opposed to using special events money, so that way we can not keep falling upon the Lions to keep asking them everything under the sun, because that's not fair to fall upon one group constantly, especially when they are huge at delivering manpower, which is way more important, because manpower is something that is very difficult to come across. I'd rather try to only tax organizations in one way rather than multiple times on one thing, because then they're like, yeah, no, this is enough for us. So that being said, I honestly would love to ask the board and committee if we can have Stevie, our chair, reach out to that band to get a dollar amount, and to see if they're still available.
I would second that.
Thank you. So she can come back and either lock them in or something. We can do something, because the longer we go, it's gonna slip away. So, second, you're in
Yep.
charge, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I made the motion, she seconded it.
And
So then you do all in favor.
all in favor.
Or discussion.
Is there any discussion? All
We
in
had the
favor?
discussion
Aye.
already.
Aye. Okay. But yeah, so at least we can start moving forward, and then also, I would love to make a motion, and I don't want it to all fall upon you, but if you're gonna keep the binder, to reach out to the 2 outfits, Quabbin and Monty Tech, about ROTC, and to see where we are on the list for the band for Quabbin, which year, because I think we're like 2 years in, just so we know, and it's
Okay.
written somewhere where we fall next, what year.
Would that
frame
be
is.
Tony Brown that I'd reach out to for the band?
I would imagine so. ROTC, you
Yeah,
have
I
a
could-
son in there, and then I will bet money in that binder somewhere is a Monty Tech contact.
Yep. If not, I
Um,
can track that down through
yeah.
the website.
So I would love to make that motion that Stevie reaches out to those 3 just to touch base to see who's available, where we are on lists, till we move forward
And
with
know for
that.
future years.
Yeah, in future years.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Okay, sorry.
And are they passing out little flags to people?
A what?
Those small flags, are they gonna pass those out?
So last I knew, Trish, before she left, because flags for the gravestones have to be ordered, there's a date in like October that they have to be ordered, and last I knew, she had ordered them through Gardner.
Okay.
Okay, the veterans agency that we are now affiliated with, there's like a group veterans agency that the town's affiliated with.
No, Veterans Outreach, yeah.
Yeah, last I knew, she ordered them. I cannot 100% say that happened, but that is for the grave, because that has to get done as well. to
I
be
know
put
I
on
got
all
a
the-
phone call because I'm in charge of Boy Scouts quite a while ago asking what we had left over from last year.
Okay.
I think it was your son who was with Paul Sweeney at the time.
Probably.
And I think it was because they were ordering to see what we needed.
Okay.
But I will follow up with Trish and make sure.
But that's for the graves, not what Gary's talking about, because I don't know.
We have not, to my knowledge, we've not passed out flags recently. And I think it stopped because the flags were not being treated respectfully by the young kids. And we were finding, after the parade, we were finding flags on the ground, flags ripped. And so it was just not something that, as far as my knowledge, and this is my third year, we have not bought flags and given them out. I know my sister used to buy them and give them out. But,
Yeah.
that was years ago. But I personally don't think that it's something, if we wanted to buy some flags and stick them in the lawns along the route
Path.
ahead of time,
Right.
that maybe would be something, but I think as far as giving them out, handing them out, I think you're,
I agree with you, I heard something about that.
and we've also, some of us who've handed them out have given them to the kids and said, no, this is what you're getting. Please treat it respectfully. And it hasn't, they haven't.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. But
I agree. I think exactly like you said, maybe lining the common walkway with them, or
Right.
something like that would be
Right.
worthwhile. But I think to hand them out, now we have to find people to walk the route and hand them out, and B, I think exactly that, the little kids.
it's just an
Play with them and-
expense we don't
Yeah.
really need.
Yeah.
When I was on the commission, we made sure that at noontime, the bell on the clock was gonging on the noon hour.
The bell on the clock has a crack in it, so I don't know if that's a
Okay.
good idea. I'm not a bell person, I don't know, until it is repaired, which last I knew, we can bring that up, because you said on that, the first meeting house committee, we could bring that up we have a meeting this week on,
Tomorrow.
yes, tomorrow, yes, you are very much correct. That's again, it's
6:30.
it's all in my phone, it's just a big blur. So we could bring that up as matters not anticipated in that committee about whether or not we would be able to ring the bell at noon, because that is the traditional, the flag goes, it's brought down by the police in the morning to have mass,
Yeah.
and then it gets brought down and then brought back up.
And
Right.
it used to be by Boy Scouts.
Comes all the way down
but
and then goes
Yeah.
all the way.
And
Yeah.
the Boy Scouts gonna be raising the flag?
The problem is that our entire Boy Scout troop is in ROTC.
Oh,
So if it is not our year, they are committed to the school because their mandatory part of their program and their grade is they have to go to wherever the school is. So if it is not our year in town, we don't have a Boy Scout troop available because they're all in the ROTC program.
In which case, we can have the police department do it, right?
Right.
Or does it have to be the Boy Scouts
No.
or whatever?
No,
reason?
it does
Okay.
not have to be the Boy Scouts.
It just happened to work out for a long time,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunately, we only have a couple boys right now, so.
yeah.
Then usually, I've been driving Grand Marshal in my antique car,
Mm-hmm.
so the question is who's gonna be riding and
Those are all things we have to figure out.
Yeah, that's the page I pulled up is proposed lineup, and there's a lot of ideas of people we could be reaching out to be in and participate. I did have a lady reach out on Facebook she had commented, I think it was on the town Facebook or something. She has a pony and she wanted to.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
as
she
well.
sent me her information. I told her once we actually met. Hold on. Where was the name?
and they have a ribbon that goes, the person that's riding, which is Grand Marshal, is it?
Okay.
Did they have that ribbon or they use it every year?
I know where there is one that's been used, but you're
Okay.
gonna, if it's still in good shape from last year, you could
Yeah, like-
use it again. I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah,
Tom,
she-
I know Tom Coy had it last year,
Yeah,
and
and
then Benny
I've-
Meager the year before. Benny Meager wrote the year
right,
before.
so I'm sure that there are ribbons, but I don't know where they got them. I have no idea. If they bought them new every year, I have
I
no
don't know. I
idea.
can find out. I can ask Sue.
They
She
didn't
probably-
ask for Tom's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would imagine they bought a new one every year. Where you get it, I have no idea.
That's my
But
list.
worst comes to worst, we can always look to, Amazon or the Veterans Agency may know of where to get them. Or if Sue would obviously know where to get them.
Yeah, she can
Uh,
at least pass on the
yeah.
information of where they've gone
Yeah.
previously. So the girl who had reached out about the pony wanted to do a Flanders Field theme with their little cart and stuff.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would be
Yeah.
cute.
Uh,
And then maybe whoever I'm assuming that we're still gonna do the kids say their Flanders Fields and all that stuff up here. Maybe whoever the kid is can ride with her somehow if the cart's big enough and kind of goes hand in hand, I guess.
So, yeah, that they would like do some kind of audition at the school. I'm not totally sure how it went down or
It
how
was
it.
very difficult.
Yeah,
I know
that
I know
someone-
that, I heard.
Very difficult to get
The-
someone at the last minute. They were still struggling.
Well, in 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade up here, they had recite the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid that did the best job was nominated for the say it at the ceremony.
Okay.
So when do you remember what the timeline was when they started that? And like you say, last minute, was it?
No, I just mean it was a last minute, but they couldn't get anyone.
Oh,
And
oh.
Claudia finally went to the school and
Okay.
said, okay, guys, this is what we need, give me. But it
So-
was not something that was easy.
I can take care of that. I deal with the school all the time for the fire department anyways, so I can reach out to Erin Cook, the principal, and tell her that this is what we would like to do.
And she may well,
and-
the principal may know what Claudia did.
Yeah, so I'll talk to her and work on that. Do we have copies of, because it was the Gettysburg Address, Flanders Fields?
And keep in mind, there's no set in stone that it has to be those ones. It could be, maybe we have them do something different that might be a little bit easier, like sing a song or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I
singing
mean?
a
If
song.
that
But I think the people in town are looking for those. Because
Yeah, it's been,
it's
that was.
been done for
traditional,
so
yes.
many,
Yeah,
I
that was
don't know
kind of
how
one
many
of the
years they've
reasons
been
why-
doing that.
Oh, it's been since I was a kid.
I was to say, since I was a kid, you were a kid longer than I
Yeah.
was.
Hey, we're not talking about that now.
But no, I mean, it's been a
Throwing
thing
people
in
up in
town
the
for
So
those
think if you're going to
particular
do
ones
something, then this is
forever.
what you
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
So this is the
Is that all
flyer
right?
I have.
You're sitting over there.
You can choose one of
Oh,
the.
the response and Gettysburg Address. So I think they used to do all three of them.
Yeah.
One of the kids would get up and they would do, right, the Gettysburg Address is more difficult than Flanders Fields or
Yeah.
whatever.
So the
So
older
they would do like
kids-
second, third, and fourth grade or third, fourth, and fifth, whatever, however they decided to do
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I can reach out to her and see, well, ask her kindly
And I
to
think
please
it's
do this.
not any,
Yeah.
you're not doing it any too soon.
Well, and that's,
No.
yeah, I'll send, when I get home tonight, I'll send an email.
If they
and-
need something in backpacks, we can have like a little flyer made up
Yeah.
to be put in backpacks. We just have to have a certain verbiage along the bottom and get it approved. I know how to do that through the school.
Okay.
And then we just have to make enough copies, and I suggest we just do like a quarter sheet or something,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
so
that
we
way
can
we
print.
can-
What are you
four.
talking, I'm sorry.
So to advertise to the parents, to make sure that the parents get this information, because you can say it to the kids all day long.
Right.
If
They
the
don't bring
parents
it
don't
home.
have the information and don't
Yes.
have something physical in the
Right.
backpack, because again, they get flooded with the same kind of emails that we all do, and things get lost a lot of times. An
Okay.
email is great, but
I was gonna say,
something in the
we'll do-
backpack.
So when I do the stuff for the fire department, when we do Fire Prevention Week, I do exactly that. I send home a thing in the folders with the kids so that they have an actual physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've sent out also goes in email. So that at least there's two different avenues that
Mm-hmm.
the kids, that hopefully the parents get it, which still doesn't always happen, but we can do that. And then I think, I don't know if that said anything about which grades, but I'll talk to her and see what she thinks obviously is more appropriate for which age group or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that way we don't have to print out 310
No.
pieces of paper. We can do just that one grade for each thing. and-
Well, they could get a copy of that. It's getting the information, like, would you like to, whether we have a tryout, or are you interested, reach out to,
Yeah,
give them
right,
an
right,
email
right.
address.
Yeah.
To respond to, and just do a little flyer in the backpack, and you can make like 4 on one piece
Yeah,
and just cut
cut
them.
'em and- yeah.
So that way
Yeah.
we're not, like.
Yeah. So
you know,
I can take care of
wasting a
that.
bunch of
I'll reach
stuff.
out to her and do that. So we still have that. And I guess on that same public speaking, singing songs kind of thing. I was approached by someone who may or may not sing every single year up there, the national anthem.
Okay.
And said that they would not be hurt if some young school-age student would like to sing the national anthem instead. So maybe that's something, if somebody wants to, we can do tryouts or whatever for, I think it
That'd
was
be a
America the
Tony
Beautiful,
Brown, yeah.
Star Spangled Banner, and I think there was 3 that got sung in the beginning. I forget, but maybe we can do that and see if there's kids that would prefer to sing instead of recite a poem, maybe. And if not, then
Well, that might be some of the high school kids, like in the singers clubs and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
once you start getting up into the high school age, some of them, like, they got some pipes up there.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
so we
Um,
can. we
and as
can
long
do
as we're
that
not
too.
offending anybody that's been doing
Nope.
it for years, okay?
Nope.
I don't wanna.
I was approached specifically
Okay.
about it.
Okay,
So.
all right. Yeah, 'cause
so-
I definitely don't want to offend the
Nope.
people that have been with this town doing this kind of stuff for like
a long
eons.
time,
Yeah.
The Green family.
Exactly.
We don't want to like exactly, yeah, but yes, yeah, because they've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, so they said that they would not be hurt if that was the case, if some, younger child wanted to come up and sing for everybody. So I thought that that would be kind of cool to throw out there and see if anybody was, and if not, then we have the people that are still more than willing to do it.
Okay.
So,
But they are-
Are you counting out the singers from the senior center? Because they're going to ask me.
Because
I
you're
mean-
part of that group, right? Yeah.
so.
And I don't care. I mean, and
I was gonna say, and this is my opinion on this, they're great. But I think a couple things need to change. Maybe singing the entire song as people walk up to put the poppies. Maybe we just do like the chorus part of it, not the entire song.
I agree.
Because it just
At
made
least you agree,
it made
like-
for a really, really long. Have the kids sit still and listen to everything. I love that they're there and that they sing it and they all sound great and whatever. But it's just so long to sit there and have them sing from start to finish each song. So I would love to have them still come and sing, but I think that it needs to be limited. But again, that's just me. So that's
I would
Whatever.
agree with that to make it so it sounds like you guys are doing.
But it's
It's hard though
yeah.
because everyone. wants
I
it
will
to
address
be
that with the group.
Okay.
It's very difficult to cut.
and that's the thing is where
You don't
cut it. How
cut the
do you-
national anthem and
No.
only sing part of it.
Well, no,
Or
right,
you don't
right.
cut the military songs.
And that's
I
the
know.
thing is, so it's hard.
So I'll have to talk to the people who are in charge.
Yeah, and that's
See what they
And
see
get
what
back
their
to you.
thoughts because if they think it's a no go, it has to be the whole thing. Then that's the answer.
Yeah,
and it has to
right.
be the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, like if that's your thoughts and feelings, I'm not against it, but I do agree. It's like very because either we can get the people to slow down walking, like take your time.
That too. It just gets really hard because it's hard to hear regardless of who you are, microphone, no microphone, it's open air, so it's hard to hear anyways. But then when they're up there singing, it's hard to hear, and then the kids all start running around, and it's hard to corral a kid.
Yeah.
So it just ends up being a very, very long, drawn out process. So if it could be shorter, I think would be great. But if it can't, then it's understandable because, like you said, you can't just sing part of the national anthem and not the whole thing.
Yep.
So, I
No,
get it.
that would be frowned upon.
Now, the Hubbardson song, during the Hubbardson's 250th, the senior singers sang it, and they dedicated it as the official Hubbardson song.
Okay. Nancy, the look on Nancy's face, she's just like, nope. Too much on the paper.
But yeah, so I'll reach out to the school for that, and I can even reach out. I don't know. I kind of have contacts at Quabbin. I don't know if you have better contacts than I do, but I can reach out to them too about the singing version of it.
That'd be the Tony Brown. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be the same contact.
Yeah, I don't have a child who's in the music program, but I have no problem also reaching out to
Okay.
her. So
All right, yeah. So I'll talk to Erin and see what she says about the whole tryouts and whatever for the poems, and then yeah, if it's just one email for all of that, then that's easier to just instead of 2 people.
how soon do we need to start reaching out to other groups to participate in the parade? So like
Probably
veterans-
should have already done that.
Okay, so
Not
like
even gonna lie.
the sports groups,
Yeah,
veterans
to
groups.
least- especially
like
the
that.
veterans groups.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff, you guys sat on this longer than I have, but I know that they usually started up these meetings way earlier than this.
Yeah.
unfortunately, there was only the two of you, and you couldn't even have a meeting if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Because it didn't make quorum.
Well, because, and then I also had, Sue was well aware of the fact that I will do what I have done in the past, but I am not, I'm well beyond the age of being in charge of anything.
I would beg to differ because I could see you being in charge, Nancy.
No.
But I agree with, like, if you don't want to be, then yeah, no, you shouldn't have to be in charge. No. If that's your choice, you just.
Start pushing 90, you don't do these things.
90. Wow. Good for you.
I'm pushing it.
Shh.
But I will do, I've said, and then whether this is the time, I will do what I have done in the past. I've been in charge of the potty, I've been in charge of the chairs, and I've been in charge of the clergy.
Okay.
I will do those three things. And in the past, I've paid for the chairs and the potty.
Okay. Well, the chairs are good because we can use the ones from the church.
So we don't need the chairs.
We do not need the chairs.
That's a couple $100.
Yes, and there's 2 pop-up tents as well in there. They're not big.
Well, I don't know about those.
Well, that just for
Yeah.
shade purposes. Although usually we put the veterans under the trees, but just in case,
The
if
fire
there's
department has an easy up too that we
yeah,
can use if
there's
we need it.
Yeah, so that I think would probably be covered okay with what the town has now at Access.
In the toilet.
The toilet was where?
Potty, Scotty's potty was
No,
just,
but where was it?
oh, it's
Inside,
just as you
right.
go from the, you
Left
go
side
up.
of the door of the church.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's 2 working bathrooms in the church now. Don't need it.
Okay.
So problem
Does
solved.
everything in there support that many people going in and out to use it?
We
And,
also have the library across the street.
and also, is it handicapped accessible? Where the bathrooms are?
There's, the bathrooms are right
Same.
in the door.
yeah,
I
first
would
floor.
say the doorways are narrow, and I know there's, no, is there one step out front? I'm trying to think.
It's like
there's
a
one step
granite
out
piece.
front.
It's
It's a little
I
bit
don't know
of
that
a
it's
hump,
a
little bit of a hump.
yeah, I don't know that it's a step per
The
se,
doors
but
themselves have a double door that open to
Yeah.
get into the building.
Well, if you have another meeting, you meeting there tomorrow night?
No, we don't meet there tomorrow night, but I can go up and look. I want to say the doorways to get into the bathrooms though are narrow.
I don't
They're
think you'd
not
be-
wide.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get a
I'm
wheelchair in there.
not a wheelchair.
I don't think you'd be able to get a walker in there.
I don't know, you can get a wheelchair and a potty, and a porta potty. You can't get a
If it's a
That's-
regular
yeah,
porta
if it's a
potty, no,
regular
it has to be one of the
porta-potty.
handicap ones.
No,
Yeah.
we just got a regular one.
So if you just got a regular one, then, and you're just looking for the, just in case somebody has to use the bathroom. There's 2. We just fixed a lot of the plumbing at the First Meeting House. The toilets are all brand new, the faucets work, the lights in there, and they're right there on.
As long
right in
as
the
you're
entranceway.
saying that it's all right to use them, and I won't worry about it.
Yeah, no, they are
It's
all
another
right to use.
couple $100.
Yes, that, I agree completely for, yeah,
Which-
let's not do that. Let's
Okay,
not-
so no
let's-
potties, no chairs.
No, and what was the other thing, clergy?
Yeah, the
Okay.
benediction and the invocation.
I would say, please, yes. If you know the
Well, I did
people-
it last year.
Okay.
Because I couldn't, the woman who been doing it for the last couple of years was not available.
Okay.
But I certainly can find someone, and if you don't mind, if I can't find anybody, I'm willing to do it. I mean, I'm a licensed lay reader in my church, but I'm not a,
Yeah, but does it
Yeah.
have to be does it have to be a special
no.
anything?
No,
Yeah, so-
not as far as I know, and I don't think anybody complained.
Yeah, right.
But I will take care of it. so.
I have, yeah, 0 problems with whatever you did in the past to keep doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't think anyone on this committee is going to argue with.
Nope.
Yes,
Have at
no.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would be the best method of reaching out to veterans in town to get them to participate?
How did they do it in the past? Do you know? Did they go through the town itself?
I don't
Or-
know.
Not sure.
How
Because
And do you know? You're sitting
'Cause
over
you're a
there not
veteran.
offering opinions, but do you know about how they reached out to the veterans?
I have a number of issues I'll bring up
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
when we get to that part of the agenda.
Okay. I would ask Sue
okay.
and also Mel at the town
Because
clerk's.
there's gonna be a list of some.
I'm not sure if there's, yeah, I would imagine there's gotta be something somewhere, of how they, not to mention how they've done it in the past, to reach out to get the word out, to have people ride on.
Because my husband's a veteran and he never knew about it, like, unless I brought it up because of Boy Scouts or something, like, so there was definitely no means of directly contacting them. But I think it would be nice if we did somehow.
Yeah, I have no idea how.
I don't know if that's too
We-
ambitious, but I think it would be.
Well, the other thing too is to line up like the wagons and all that stuff too.
Right, how many do you need?
Well, who was it that they contacted? Did they individually do it with different or farmers that had them? I don't know who provided them. I have no idea because I've never sat on this committee. I've watched bits and pieces and.
And it could be
meetings the
in this
past, but
binder, but it's gonna take
yeah,
a while to
little
sort
hot
through.
second to
Yeah.
look through it all.
We provided our own lions,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that they would decorate them, the seniors would decorate them the day before usually, or the weekend before, they'd line them up around the senior center and decorate it all.
Okay.
But again, how many would we need? Who do we ask? These are all questions that I'm assuming are in that binder, but seeing that we just got it.
Yep.
And this is our first meeting, somebody's gotta kind of sort through it.
Yep.
And then follow-up questions to Sue and Claudia on how they went and did this, which I'm sure both of them would gladly give us all the answers.
Okay.
I can't see them not
No, Sue
giving us
especially,
the
yeah.
answers, yeah.
All right. I will sort through that and then see what's in here and then follow up.
And what else does I have on that list of,
All right, I'll just read down it.
yeah, go ahead.
Police, ROTC color guard, grand marshal, elected officials, subsect selectmen, the militia,
You gotta reach out to Bella.
who?
Bella,
I'll do it.
Hold on.
they have been practicing and doing things. I'm not sure if it was for this or something else, but they do keep going throughout the year.
Okay. Veterans with banner, General Smith, Lauren Wright.
Yeah, she's.
Was that the old veterans
Yes,
officer?
yes.
So
and
that's
we're
now
both
Gardner.
yeah.
Veterans walking, veterans float, Quabbin ROTC Navy, the band, Golden Agers float, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, soccer team, baseball team, Lions Club float, bicycles.
Yeah, they would ask.
They're kids who want to ride their bicycles, decorate them. and
Okay.
ride
Yeah,
them.
and just ride bikes down.
Antique car club, tractors, military vehicles, horses, so that's where that lady.
Yeah,
can
the
fit
horse
in.
always goes at the end because you don't want to march through any piles
Yeah.
afterwards. Just please put the horses at the end.
And fire truck, no noise.
Yeah, because the horses are right there.
Yeah.
Let's not spook anything.
So, two things. One, because we have a very small police department, is there a way that we can get CERT involved to do traffic stuff? Have the police lock their cruisers at the beginning and end or wherever they need to be for traffic control, but have CERT standing there so that the police can actually be a part of the parade?
We can ask.
Is that an option? Okay.
I don't see why we can't ask.
Every year, although they're all gonna hate me for it, but too bad. I think that CERT gets underused in the town, and I think that they need to kind of, I think they would like to start coming out more. Not that they think there's a lot of people in CERT anyways, so we would have to figure that out anyways, but that way the police can be a part of it and march with everybody. They haven't marched in years because they've been at Brigham Street or up at the,
Williams.
yeah, so.
What is CERT?
CERT is, I don't even know what it stands for, but it's an emergency response team.
Yeah,
What
and they,
is it,
like, they used to be at
community-
Halloween at the corners and stuff.
Oh,
and with
okay.
the, you know, just to help.
Yeah.
And they do, if there's an emergency in town, like, yeah, they're the response.
Okay.
So I don't know, last I knew there was only like 3 of them, so it may not be an option. I just didn't know if it was something that we could do or if there was something that said that it had to be the police, or Ryan may even say that it has to be the police. I don't know, but it was just something I figured I would throw out there to see if we could maybe get them to march instead.
It never hurts
Be
to
a part
ask.
of it. Yeah, exactly. So
Even if the answer is no, like I've always found asking is the first step.
yeah, right,
rather
right.
than
So I'll reach out to Ryan and see
I was
if
just about to ask.
and who would be the contact for who's the head of SAR? Is it
Judy
I'm
has
thinking
something to
Judy.
do with it, but I don't know if she's the head, but I can reach out to her.
the only
too.
other
have her
person I can
email.
think of off the top of my head? There's two other people. Would be Morgan Brinker if she still does it.
I think she does.
I
'cause
think Judy
I've
O'Donnell,
seen-
I think she's the head.
Yeah,
and
I've
then the
seen
only other
Morgan's
person
name, I
was
think,
like
in the emails with
was
Judy
Bella.
and Bella, and there was a couple more. They've had a meeting out back at the fire station recently, and I think
Okay.
there was like 5 of them, but I don't know. So
right.
I'll reach out. I'll find out about that and see if it's even an option.
And did you say another question?
Can we add like make it fun for like a float competition? Like this year's theme is going to be Abraham Lincoln, or so, I don't know, like something like
Stars and
patriotic,
Stripes forever
or
or
yeah,
something.
right, some sort of a like when the kids are decorating their bikes. This is the theme that goes along with it for this year, and like
What's the 250th?
for the state. That's true. That's this year. So I don't know, maybe something to
America birthday.
yeah,
I don't know. Well, I know like in the past, I've asked, because some towns have people that throw out candy and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was always told that it was in here, they look at that as this is a mourning, respectful kind of day.
Yeah.
So they didn't feel like that was appropriate. I'm not saying decorating is in that same realm.
Yeah, true.
Nor do I feel that that is the same kind of realm. But again, I'm not a veteran, so I can't. I don't
Yeah.
want to speak for veterans, like
True.
what
It's not
my
like the
thoughts
4th
are,
of
because
July where
that's not
it's-
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would much rather ping it off of a few
That's true.
actual veterans to see what their thoughts are
are.
upon that. If that would be okay
Yeah.
in their eyes,
Right, right.
or is it a repulsive kind of thing?
Yeah,
like
right.
not necessarily repulsive, but not like
if
that's
they
not-
would view it in poor taste.
yeah
yeah, right.
yeah
I don't think so, but I would, just speaking from a veteran's point of view.
mm-hmm.
I do know that the candy stopped, it stopped because, first of all, it was making a mess in people's lawns and it wasn't getting
That
picked
too.
up. And second of all, there was a concern about some kid choking on a piece of candy or picking up something that had nuts in it that they were allergic to. And that's how it all came to the committee to stop on the candy. It was,
Yeah.
okay
that was just,
I
That was
I was told different, so but again
Yeah.
you're on the committee, I am not.
well, no,
know
that
that there was-
stopped long before I
Okay.
was on the committee.
I know there was an issue too with kids running out into the parade route
To
with
get
like
the
bigger
can, to
floats.
pick it up.
Remember one year they went out and they
So I-
actually handed it to the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like the flags, this is another thing, the kids have more than enough candy.
yeah, yeah, right.
Don't-
What, you don't need more sugar?
Speaking as one who has a house full of them.
I'm sorry, just because I'm working on great grandkids, but they don't need to be. It's just one.
No,
more
I'm
thing.
I used it as an example.
Yeah. No,
As-
that makes sense. The morning versus, I'm kind of thinking of like the Rutland 4th of July parade, where every year it's a big theme and that's your float theme and whatever. But that's 4th of July. That's more of a celebration versus exactly a day of mourning because it's a memorial. You're remembering people. So I didn't think about it that way.
But you
That makes
could,
sense.
if it was something themed as in like Stars and Stripes Forever or
Yeah,
something like
that's-
that, like
It can be done
yeah,
Right,
if it's
right.
patriotic in a tasteful way, then
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
not like
It just gives you kind of more to like, oh, I'm going to put flags on my bike, cool, but
Yeah.
oh, now I'm going to make sure I do actual red, white, and blue stripes because, or whatever, just to
Yeah.
kind of go above and beyond and make it more.
yeah. Or one of the certain flags, like the original flag that has the the circle, the
Oh,
Betty
yeah, the
Ross
13
and stuff.
columns,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like something like that. It could be more geared towards that if we were doing that kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yep.
something very specific, like you said. Presidents or some. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something to that, or I don't know. Everyone could be in. Let's all dress in costume as you know. Like I don't know. I'm not dressing in costume, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Just like
Yeah.
if it's something periodic,
Yeah, right.
like appropriate that
Yeah.
would make sense. Like, I think in years past, because they were doing different memorials, different eras of wars, you know, it could be themed geared towards like World War One.
Right, this year's World War One, next year's World War Two, the year after can be the Vietnam War, like just
I
different.
don't know how you would.
This year should be the Revolutionary, if anything.
Yeah,
Yep, because it's that year. It's the birthday year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it could be something towards that. I'm not against it. I just want to make sure it's not
that
viewed-
nobody's, yeah, right, offended by
Yeah.
it. Okay.
So.
So what's next?
And I wish it would be
Moving
very
it along.
appropriate this year
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
So next on the list was other matters.
I think this is where Mike comes in.
Mike is another matter.
Yes, Mike is always another
Madam
matter.
Chair, Mike Stahl, 5 Lombard Road. The most important thing that I found last year was that we updated a few things to focus on Memorial Day. It is a solemn event, and involving veterans is great, and it's the closest we can get to people that lost their lives, but there's a day for that, Veterans Day, in November. So the program and things we do need to, I believe, focus on Memorial Day and the whole purpose of why we take the solemn occasion to take time out. So that's number one. Number two, speakers. If you don't already have speakers lined up, and I didn't hear that.
This is our first meeting of this year because
Okay,
we're a newly
okay.
formed committee.
Sure, but individually you can go out and, you know, get prepared, but this is a little bit late in the game. So to help you, I recommend fewer speakers, the better. We started to add speakers, it seems, along the years because of certain things, and then it became like, well, that's what we did. Do not be constrained by what we did in the past. You know, there are some things that may not have worked well, and we forgot. I was part of the lessons learned last year, and, you know, I had some comments. I will make a recommendation for you on speakers, and that is that you get a guest speaker and one politician. We don't need a veteran person speaking. I don't believe we need multiple politicians. The number one is get a good guest speaker, and then we've got Senator Durant and Representative Berthium. You know, usually one of them comes, get locked in on that. Now, if they both want to come, that's where I could say, well, do 3. We don't need a lot of speakers. The guest speaker should be the primary and focus on that. What we did not do last year was inform the speakers how much time. I think we should definitely say, you know, 4 to 5 minutes, the guest speaker 4 to 5, a politician, they're
1
gonna
to 2.
do what they do. But, you know, 2 to 3, you know, give them some guidelines. Because I heard that, you know, I think there might have been one person that dropped out last year. Remember, Memorial Day is early in the year, and the leaves should be out. I don't think it should be a big deal to have people standing for a short ceremony. I've stood out on the hot asphalt with hundreds of troops behind me, and we didn't have the problem. Somebody may fall out. That you can do everything you possibly can, and someone may have an issue. And unfortunately, that will happen. But we need to put those people that are going to be standing in formation during the ceremony in the shade. Get them under the trees. We have some nice big trees up there that we can do. So focusing on Memorial Day itself, speakers. Lastly, you should get a Master of Ceremonies. I will gladly be a backup. I will gladly share the insights that I gleaned from last year. So, but I can't make a commitment this year.
Okay.
That's the thing. And, you know, it's nice to have somebody in uniform, but I don't think that's sacred
Okay.
necessarily. You need someone that can present themselves well and, you know, doesn't mind getting up to the podium. That's really it. As far as the school children that do Flanders Field and Gettysburg Address, once again, these are my personal opinions. I think that's wonderful, and I believe that that is something that makes Hubbardston a little special. So I'm all in favor of it. However, what I'm not in favor of is being a little flexible. There were people that said they have to have it memorized. They can't use a written document. I believe that one of the reasons you may be having trouble, we may be having trouble getting folks, is because it's a little intimidating.
Oh, absolutely.
And if we can make it easier on them, I personally believe that it is an important part of our Hubbardston ceremony, and to make sure that that tradition can continue, that we allow them to have, I mean, the Master of Ceremonies has a whole script up there. You know, why can't these children have something to fall back on? And that was allegedly not allowed last year, and I believe that we should make it, if we want it, that we should make it easier on them. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I appreciate your insight very much.
Yeah. One thing I enjoyed seeing is when you had all the kids holding the coffin flags of either a grandfather or somebody that passed on in war. That was very moving, telling who it was. I think I had 3-4 kids that held the coffin flag.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, my son carried my grandfather's.
Oh.
It was in that triangle shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have to have the white gloves when you carry him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I found that was moving.
Yeah, there was like, I want to say like 4 or so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that sounds, kind of puts everything together, I think. So, yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that we should look into again.
I think as many opportunities as you can involve the youth, it's passing on what this is supposed to be about, because a lot of times there's that generational gap where they're kind of missing what the message is supposed to be.
Right.
And if we can drive that home so they understand why this is a solemn day, what we're truly separating, so that they understand the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, because there is a difference in
Well,
why we
Memorial
celebrate
Day
them.
and like say 4th of July.
Yeah,
You know,
that too.
Right.
Two totally different celebrations, two totally different types of parades.
Yep.
You know, like if they go to the 4th of July in in Rutland, it's a different type of parade
Right.
than this is, you know, so kids don't, they just, oh, it's a parade, you know, they don't necessarily know the difference, especially if they're little,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's, and the whole theme thing, I don't know how many people, I'm always at the back I never see the parade. I'm
Yeah.
always in the back in the fire truck or something like that. So I don't know how many people show up, but maybe in the whole theming things, maybe we do have enough people to say, these are the people that are marching or riding or whatever because of the Vietnam War or whatever, so that these people that are watching and spectating do understand what it is, and kind of make it obvious that these were the people of, and this is maybe what they looked like, or this is how they dressed, or what they, I don't know, just something to maybe drive that fact home that this is a solemn day. For people to kind of remember that.
Yeah, because there are like reenactor groups that a lot of times will, like, they're always looking for a spot to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they would be available or there's any directly in this area, but there are lots of reenactor groups that some may be willing to come out and march in the parade in a themed reenaction. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily a reenaction, but at least periodic.
Right.
Yeah.
Accuracy
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Just to drive home the educational purpose
And
of
they
it as
could
well.
carry a
Yeah.
banner with their, reenactor,
Group.
yeah, names and stuff like that, so people know what they are and who they are.
Yeah.
I know one of my aunts used to do that. She used to go down and do the reenactments and stuff down south, and yeah, full period. Like, she would have her daughter with her, full
Yeah,
year,
right.
So, but yeah, there's people around that may come out and do stuff like that
Yeah.
if we get them in time and they're
Yeah.
available.
Now, last year, I was driving the motorway with the Grand Marshal, and there was a group in front of me that was holding flags. So they were supposed to set the pace of the parade.
Yeah,
And they were going too fast, and then between myself, I was following them, and then behind me there's quite a space.
yeah. It's
And maybe I should have slowed up so that maybe they saw me. And
yeah, maybe because whoever is in the front sets the pace, and you know from being in the middle with the children, it's like herding cats. Like, like we're trying to keep
we
them.
watch it at the end and we're like, what is happening?
Because I always walk with the Girl Scouts, and she'll usually do the Boy Scouts, and it is like herding cats in the middle, because there's like gaps, and then like the kids with the bikes are on top of us as scouts, and like then the baseball kids are like, it is just
Especially when you have like the baseball where there's multi-age, so you have like almost teenagers and or
Yeah.
teenagers with little ones.
yeah. Yeah.
And trying to keep
them all together. Like with the girls, I'm always like, okay, we're walking on the yellow line. Nope, stay at the yellow line. Nope, we're too far. We're almost on the sidewalk. Back to the yellow line. For some reason, we always want to like lean to the right. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then everyone has to stop, and then also we have to speed up. So it is important, whoever's in front, to set the pace and try to
No
keep
way
it a
to
little bit
maintain.
slower of a pace, because there are little people with little legs in this group.
Yeah, right.
like what I could do is there's a walking group behind me. They can walk. They'll be told to walk their comfortable pace,
Yeah,
and then I will slow up or speed up to
Yeah.
yeah.
with them. And then whoever's in front of me, they'll have to keep an eye on me. That
Yeah.
If I'm slowing back.
Yeah.
Now I went to a Gardner parade years ago. Their big centennial parade, and there was like 100 feet between floats.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah.
should have tightened it
A
up.
little bit, yeah.
How do we determine the grand marshal of this?
In the past, I've done either the oldest person in town,
Okay.
or like last year it was Tom Collier, and the year before was Benny Meager,
Yeah.
or somebody that served in the military.
Yeah. Because that obviously is going to have to be.
Raymond Reed was one year. The pastor that was the speaker
Oh, yeah.
did a benediction. Rode with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Figure somebody out. I don't
find.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the requirements are or anything else. But as thinking as older people who are, I'm pretty sure is a veteran. And it's John Nason. Do you know John has ever been Grand Marshal?
Pretty sure he's.
I don't know.
I want to say yes, but I'm thinking of like some of the stuff that after conversations I've
Is
had.
that- I don't know, I mean, whether he ever has, but that's someone who you should inquire, and if he never has, this would be the year to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because he's in his
John
90s
Mason.
and he's not.
Yeah, this down at this.
I've never heard that name before.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
If you've
yes,
ever-
you do. Yes, you do. You're just not putting it.
If you've
together.
ever come in the senior center, he sits, he's there 99% of the
Yeah,
time. He
so I've
comes
gotta
in a
know.
lot.
Yeah, you know.
When you
gotta know
come
what
in,
you're
you've seen him sit,
I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, you do. You're just
Oh.
not putting it together.
Okay. Yeah. No.
but he's a lion. And
Yeah.
that's how
Oh,
I know him.
Yeah.
And that was for Grand Marshal.
But
Yeah.
I just think
Yeah.
he would be, I'm pretty sure he's a veteran, isn't he?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
So.
So, but yeah, at the senior center, they will
Yep.
have his contact information.
Okay.
But yeah, he's sat on numerous things over the years. You will know him once you see
I
him.
was
You'll be
gonna
like,
say,
oh, duh. Yeah. Oh, duh.
It's funny because I just don't know that name. So
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
You will as soon as you'll be like, oh, that John. Okay. Okay.
Do we want to figure out when our next meeting will be while we're here?
Yeah, because I
100%.
have to leave because I have a doctor's appointment at 2,
Okay.
so.
Yes.
And then I don't have anything else on the agenda after that, so.
I think honestly, right now, we kind of need to meet again kind of quickly so we can
Yeah.
get these pieces, because like, we should have been meeting a
Yeah.
while ago, but we just ponied up to this board. And that is not either one of your faults at all, that we just ponied up to this board, okay?
Well, somebody said that there may not be a parade, and I was like,
Well, that's the whole
Flanders
thing.
Field, all that stuff. I'm like, we can't not do that. Like,
No.
even if it's just thrown together and we do something, like we have to. I don't know.
At least do
That
something.
thing I
Yeah.
gotta think about is, what if it's a downpouring rain?
Well, that's the whole thing.
They met in the school one year.
I was gonna say, can we do it in the meeting house now?
I don't know if there'd be enough room, because the maximum capacity is 100.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Small town back then when they had town meetings in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What
So
about
we
the
would have to do
school
the
gym?
school.
Yeah.
And even that probably wouldn't fit, but then again, if it's raining, people aren't gonna come out anyway. so.
True. True. to
100
watch
would
the
probably be
parade.
fine if it was downstairs. You know
True.
what I mean? It would be a standing room
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if it's downpouring, I guarantee all those kids aren't coming, the parents aren't coming.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not happening. 'Cause-
First one I ever came to was, when I first moved here, was at school.
Yeah,
'Cause it
because it
rained.
was rained, yeah. And I don't know if it's the same one I'm thinking of, but the last one I remember going to at the school was not well attended because it was raining.
raining.
No, it's not,
Yeah.
but you can't not have it.
No,
Yeah,
I would
no, it's
agree.
Right.
I agree completely.
We
You
just
can't
gotta figure
cancel
out
due to
where
rain.
we want to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe only let certain people inside and figure out some way to put a speaker outside so that people can hold umbrellas and listen or something. I don't know.
It also would depend on how bad it's raining, because if it's like just a little sprinkle, suck it up.
Yeah, right,
Like-
right.
Bring an umbrella.
Yeah, right.
Or if we did in the school per se, have the main part in the gym, run a speaker out to the
The
cafeteria.
cafeteria. Yeah, yep. Yeah, we could do
Just
something
a
like
thought.
that.
The school usually charges,
Well,
just letting you know, because they have to have a janitor there for 4 hours.
okay.
So, and it wouldn't be like a drop of a hat kind of thing. You'd have to, like, we'd have
Sure.
to give them, because they'd have to call somebody in.
Okay, we'll figure that out
But
next
regardless,
meeting.
Well,
and
yeah.
Start
Yeah.
planning that more.
Yeah.
Does this time next week?
I was gonna say, I'm around. The only thing that I can't do is Tuesday, Thursdays get tough for me. But otherwise,
Can everybody do next Monday again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
at this time?
perfect.
Sounds
Okay.
good
to me.
Is this an okay time for you to video? I can do it. Okay, we're not like screwing up your whole day, right? Okay. All right,
What
well,
is-
I'd rather
What's the
than
date
be
next Monday?
video.
The
23rd.
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 For reference point, and also so people can actually see what they're doing if they want to follow along.
And you want to do 12:30 again?
I like 12:30,
Okay.
that's my personal 2 cents, but,
That's fine.
because it gives me enough time to get stuff done in the morning and then still have plenty of time to do stuff in the afternoon.
Yeah, the last other thing that was officially on the thing we already covered, and that was that the agenda needed to go to the town clerk
Yeah.
48 hours in advance.
Yeah.
And then number 8 says adjourn, so. We got a lot of emails to make this week.
Adjourned at 1:37.
Yeah, you should really take a vote. I'd like to make a
Oh,
motion
yeah.
to adjourn.
Oh,
Second.
any discussion?
Aye.
Oh, oops. Okay.
Aye.
All in favor?